Coffee and tea are incredibly healthy beverages. Now, most types contain caffeine, which is of course a stimulant that can have many beneficial effects on our bodies. However, high doses of caffeine can have unpleasant and even dangerous side effects. In this video, I'm looking at 4 of the biggest side effects from having too much caffeine. Number 1, anxiety. Caffeine is known to increase alertness. It works by blocking the effects of adenosine, a brain chemical that makes you feel tired. Now, at the same time, it triggers the release of adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone associated with increased energy. However, at higher doses, these effects may become more pronounced, leading to anxiety and nervousness. In fact, caffeine-induced anxiety disorder is one of 4 caffeine-related symptoms listed in the DSM, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, which is published by the American Psychiatric Association. Extremely high daily intakes of 1,000 milligrams of caffeine or more can cause nervousness and jitteriness and related symptoms in most people. For reference, a large or grande sized coffee at Starbucks contains about 330 milligrams of caffeine. Now, this study in 25 healthy men found that those who ingested approximately 300 milligrams of caffeine experienced more than double the stress of those who took a placebo. Interestingly, stress levels were similar between regular and less frequent caffeine consumers, suggesting the compound may have the same effect on stress levels regardless of whether you drink it habitually. So if you notice that you often feel nervous or jittery, it might be a good idea to take a look at how much caffeine you have and cut back. Number 2, insomnia. Caffeine's ability to keep people awake is one of its most prized qualities. On the other hand, too much caffeine can make it very difficult to get good quality sleep. Studies have found that high caffeine intake appears to increase the amount of time it takes to fall asleep. It may also decrease total sleeping time, especially in the elderly. Now, you may not realize that too much caffeine is actually interfering with your sleep if you underestimate how much caffeine you actually have in a day. Now, although coffee and tea are the most concentrated sources of caffeine, it is also found in soda, cocoa, energy drinks, and several types of medication. For example, an energy shot may contain up to 350 milligrams of caffeine, while some energy drinks have as much as 500 milligrams per can. And of course, caffeine consumed later in the day could also interfere with sleep because it takes several hours for its effects to wear off. So I guess it's important to pay attention to the amount of caffeine you have and the timing you have it if you're having issues with sleep. Number 3, addiction. Despite all of caffeine's health benefits, there's no denying that it may become habit-forming. In this study, 16 people who typically consumed high, moderate, or no caffeine took part in a word test after going without caffeine overnight. Now, only high caffeine users showed a bias for caffeine-related words and had strong caffeine cravings. Frequency of caffeine intake also seems to play a role in dependency. Now, in this study, 213 caffeine users completed questionnaires after going 16 hours without consuming it. Daily users had greater increases in headaches, fatigue, and other withdrawal symptoms than non-daily users. I should clarify that caffeine doesn't cause a true addiction like some hard drugs do. But if you regularly drink a lot of coffee or caffeinated beverages, there's a very good chance you're going to become dependent on its effects. Number 4, digestive issues. Many people find that a morning cup of coffee helps get their bowels moving. Coffee's laxative effect has largely been attributed to the release of gastrin, which is a hormone that the stomach produces to speed up activity in the colon. Now, caffeine itself also seems to stimulate bowel movements by increasing peristalsis, the automatic contractions that move food through your digestive tract. Given these effects, it's not surprising that large doses of caffeine can cause loose stools or even diarrhea in certain people. For the record, some studies suggest that caffeinated beverages may worsen gastroesophageal reflux, or GERD, in some people. Now, this seems to be especially true of coffee. Since coffee can have major effects on digestive function, you may want to cut back on the amount you have or switch to tea sometimes if digestive issues are a problem for you. Look, ultimately, light to moderate caffeine intake seems to be fine, but very high doses may lead to side effects that can interfere with day-to-day life and even cause serious health issues. To get the benefits of caffeine without the undesirable effects, conduct an honest assessment of your energy levels, your sleeping patterns, if you have any digestive issues, or any other factors that might be related, and cut back on your intake if needed. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found it informative, and don't forget to subscribe to Healthline's Authority Nutrition YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button below this video.